Welcome back to the SSL Family Dad channel. Today I have some exciting news and an update for you all. You guys, many of you have contributed to something, and I really want to share with you the progress on what has been happening. If you've been following along with the YouTube channel, you know that a few months ago in 2024, my friend Greg and I took a missions trip to Kenya. We went over there, we had a connection with a guy, his name was Pastor Francis, and he's with he actually started this church called Day Spring Church. It's in Bungoma, Kenya. We went over there for almost 2 weeks, and we spent so much time getting to know him, his family, the ministry that they were part of, what they did over there. They align right up with exactly what we want to do, and so it was a very easy partnership. The work that they're doing over there is incredible. Pastor Francis and many other pastors and men and women that have come alongside of him in this ministry, what they do is they have a home church, a building that they started initially. They got some property and they built this building, and now they go out into the surrounding areas and they plant other churches, and they empower other guys or ladies to take over those ministries and continue to grow the ministry that has been started. One of the things in Kenya is all the churches have to be very close together. They can't be very spread out. Like if somebody here you might drive 20 or 30 miles to go to church on a Sunday or get plugged in during the week to a local church. In Kenya, most of them walk or ride bikes, and if you're lucky, you have a motorcycle. So a lot of the churches have to be in very close proximity. So you might have one here within a few miles, and then you might start another one just maybe 5 miles away. Because you want to have a place that everyone can get to easily. The home church building that the Day Spring Church was started initially, they've had some great improvements to the building. They've got some new technology over the years. They had a new well dug thanks to a partnership with Greg and some work that he did over there in a previous trip. But their building was falling apart. The building was in dire need of some attention. I mean, it was leaking. They would have these big rainstorms that come through, and the water would leak right down onto their technical equipment. It would leak on the people that were in there if it rained on a Sunday. They had this whole place powered by a generator. Sometimes the generator would cut out during service. Somebody would run out and they'd be starting the generator. And then everything would kind of stop for a little bit, and then everything would start back up again. And the building itself was unsafe. The joists were actually cracking and breaking, and there was just so many things that were unsafe about it, and they needed something to happen. And so I came to you guys about a month or so ago, and I started a GoFundMe fundraiser account, which I've never done before. And I asked you guys to contribute, and people have done that. It's been so amazing to see the outpouring of people that have just donated. Some people 5, 10, 25, some people 100, some people 200, and some people even thousands of dollars have been donated to this GoFundMe. And as soon as I let Pastor Francis know that we were starting to raise money for him, he got to work. They immediately began purchasing supplies. They got a whole truckload of bricks. Now, these are bricks that they don't just buy necessarily. They don't have Home Depots over there. Everything is handmade, hand cut, hand milled timbers, and all the bricks are handmade. They literally have forms. They dig up the clay, they mix it with sand and straw sometimes, and they make these bricks. They sun dry them, and then they bake them around a fire. They got a bunch of sand, they got a bunch of mortar delivered, and they started to work on this brick wall. And what they did was they expanded the church. So the old church was in the middle, and then they just started to build a brick wall just a few feet on the outside perimeter of the existing building, so they could still use it during construction. They got a little footing put around there. They poured some cement and rock, and then they started laying bricks, and they built a wall all the way around that church. It's got windows and doors and everything cut into it. They hired some laborers, and they just got to work. That has progressed. And when the wall was just about complete, they actually had a big storm come through just about a week and a half ago, and it actually blew a lot of the roof panels off of the old building, rendering it unusable. And so they were kind of pressed to start, getting the new building finished quicker. Money kept coming in from the GoFundMe account, and I kept sending it over to him as soon as I got it. Every week I would send him as much as was donated, and then I would kind of contribute a little bit to that as well, trying to match what you guys have contributed. And he has continued the work. They took down the entire old structure. They have they're cutting trees down and timber. They're buying timber that's already pre-milled. They're hand milling a lot of this with chainsaws, cutting beams. They have these huge beams that have to go through the whole thing. It's a lot of work, a lot of people that they've hired and had come in there. And they, at the current time, they have just gotten all the timber put in around the wall on the top, and they are starting to build all the joists that go in there, and the trusses actually that hold up the roof, I should call them. And so all the trusses are being hand built and put together. And then the last thing that will go on is the iron sheeting. The iron sheeting will cover all the top. They call it iron sheeting, what we call metal roof, corrugated metal roofing panels that will go on the top. And then the building will be almost completed. The only thing that they need additional to that would be windows and doors, which I don't think was in the original budgeted amount. Through our local church, there was also a donation made to them to get electricity ran to the building. And so they also have contracted with the county or village or whatever to run poles to the property. And then as soon as the building is done, they'll connect the new power up and they'll actually have electricity. So they can have lights, they can have music, and all those things in that building. I really want to just thank you guys for your contributions to the GoFundMe. To get this building is 100% because of what God has found favor in them, but what you guys have done and your generosity to contribute. There is still a little ways to go, and so if you haven't given to that GoFundMe and you want to give a little bit towards that, I think that they still need about $1,000 to finish everything up. And so if 10 people gave $100 or if 20 people gave 50, we would have the rest of the money that is needed to get that thing finished. And I will continue to post pictures and video updates for you guys so you can see the progress as it is happening. And if you do contribute on the GoFundMe, just on a first name basis, I will give you a shout out at the end. I'll do a final video where we recap everything. He'll send me some videos of the finished structure over there, and we'll do a bunch of shout outs to those who contributed. So let me know what you guys think. This was so inspiring to me just to see these guys. They were so excited and they're so thankful that somebody actually cares about them and the work that they're doing over there, that they're going to have a church building that their church can meet in, that their kids can fit in eventually. They're going to make a separate place for the kids using some of the old materials from the old building. In the past, the kids had to meet outside. If it was raining, they had nowhere to go. So this will be a great place for them to just meet and do the work that God has called them to do. And it is because of your generosity that they're able to do that. So thank you very much. From Pastor Francis in Kenya, I express my gratitude to you guys. Let me know what you guys think. I'd love to hear your comments. I'd love to hear, what you think about this whole thing. And if you have any questions that I can answer for you, I will do that. I'll put a link to the GoFundMe, of course, in a comment as well as in the description. So you can head over there and donate a little bit if you haven't already. We'd love to just get this buttoned up for them. So thank you guys again. And as always, thanks for watching.